And we do just need our weights today, but you always have the option to use your TheraBand or any other tool that you like better if hand weights are not for you on any particular day. All right, so first 30 seconds, all we're gonna do is start to find some nice little twists. Let your arms swing, let your spine move, let your knees move, let your hips move, let your feet move just a little bit. And then all you gotta do here is check in. How are you feeling this morning? How's your energy level? Did you get enough sleep last night? 7 more seconds. All right, and then from here, we're gonna take it into some just big lift up and overhead. Bend your knees, hinge from your waist, reach down towards the ground, keep that long spine, lift up, and then as you come up, let your hips come forward and just a light arch of the back. So just a gentle back bend. We're working through the spine in the opposite direction. So come on up, arch just a little bit, just to a point that feels nice, and then right back down to the ground. And time, nicely done. Okay, next up, it's just gonna be a little single leg work. So standing on one leg, you're gonna start by just picking your knee up, draw a circle with your knee, swing it all the way around so that the knee faces down towards the ground, and then come back the other, or come back up and around. If you need a handhold, don't worry about your balance right now. So if your balance is off, grab onto a wall, grab onto a chair, just so you can find that hip movement, because that's really what we're shooting for. Balance is secondary. One more circle around, and then put that foot down, switch to the other side. Pick your knee up, draw a nice big circle. Knee is gonna face down towards the ground, and then you swing it up and around. Nice. And then one leg might have a lot more balance than the other, so you just do the handhold if it works good for you. But if you like working on your balance, if that's your preferred method, you got 10 seconds left on this side. And time, nicely done. Okay, set that down. All right, next 30 seconds, all we're gonna do is give a little bounce. So pop your heels, start to bring a little bit of bounce into your body, maybe swing your arms just a little bit. And we wanna bring a little blood flow, a little energy down to our limbs. Shift your weight over to one foot, pick one leg up, give a little shake like you're doing the hokey pokey. Set that foot down, take it over to the other side, pick up your foot, give it a little shake. Set that foot down, come back to that bouncing, give one arm a good vigorous shake. Over to the other arm, give it a good and vigorous shake. Nicely done. Okay, now the next 30 seconds, all we gotta do is pat. So we're gonna do a nice little pat, pat, pat. Down the outsides of the legs, up the insides of the legs, come to your belly, give a little rub. Down the outsides of the legs, up the insides of the leg, to the belly, give a little rub. Nice, one more time. Down the outsides of the legs, across the tops of the feet, up the inside of the legs, give your belly a little rub, and then we're taking it into the arm. So you're just gonna pat, 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 up and down one arm. So think up the outside of the arm, down the in, and we're just stimulating. So think of this as just a little bit of stimulation, bringing some energy, blood flow to the outer edges of your skin. Awesome, one more time, up and down, and then take it over to your other arm, up the outside and down the in. And you don't wanna injure yourself, but you just wanna create a little stimulation, a little bit of energy. 10 seconds left on this side. And time, nicely done. Okay, grab your hand weights, heavy if you've got them. We're kicking it into high gear right away. So it's going to be alternating lunge with a squat in between, but with each of those movements, we're adding a bicep curl. So you're gonna step back, give a lunge, bicep curl, step it in, step back with the other foot, bicep curl, step it in, give a squat and a bicep curl. You got it. We got 1 minute on the clock. You're gonna go nice and slow and steady. Step back into a lunge, bicep curl, switch your feet, step back into a lunge, bicep curl, nicely done. Sink into a little bit of a squat, bicep curl, and then right back to those lunges. Keeping the bicep curl with each movement that we do. And then noticing here, nice and slow, how do your legs feel? You don't have to take that lunge at a huge motion if your knees are not feeling stable this morning. So you go only to a depth that works good for you. Nice work, you guys, beautiful. And time, awesome job. Okay, set those weights down on the ground. And now it's going to be a low squat and we're gonna stay in that low squat. So you're gonna step your feet to a nice distance so that you can touch the ground, facing your weights. So we're gonna lift the weights up to the chest, lower them down. Stay in that low position and we're just doing that lift up to the chest. So that's all we're doing this morning, keeping that butt in that nice low position, nice wide squat, weights down to the ground, and then just pull them up to the chest. Stay low, legs are nice and strong. Just check your knees here. So we wanna make sure that our knees aren't collapsing in as we try to pick those weights up off the ground. So keep your inner thighs nice and engaged. Beautiful. Ooh, Liz is in a different room this morning. Morning, Liz. You're already halfway there. And time, nicely done. Okay, keep those weights down on the ground. We're coming down into a plank position. So we're gonna move right into some push-ups. So if you like your push-ups with your knees down, you're gonna walk your knees back to a position where you find that long spine, and then your version of push-ups that you like best. Bend your elbows, lower your chest, come back up. If that even just a plank with the knees down doesn't feel good to you right now, come to a tabletop, step your arms wide to the outer edges of your mat. Bend your elbows, let your chest lower down. Use your chest muscles, those armpit chest muscles, let them help push you up. So you choose the variation of push-up you like best and fire away. Go as fast or as slow as you like. Tall push-up with the knees up if that works for you. Tricep push-up if that's better, walking the hands closer. And then you might just like to play around a little bit with all of those shapes. Maybe walk them in, maybe walk them out. Anything that feels good. You got 15 seconds left. You got this. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. And time. Awesome. Now take it into your tabletop position. We're going to start with a hovering table. So curl your toes under. You're going to lift your knees up. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Lower your knees. Let your toes go. Walk your hands forward. Take a stretch. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Walk it back into your tabletop. Curl the toes under. Hover your table. Count to 3. Lower your knees. Walk it forward. Take a stretch and count to 3. Now you do this at your pace. So you're going to do a count that works right for you. Lift and hold. Count to 3. Lower down. Take a little stretch. So as you reach the arms forward, your chest drops down, but your hips stay in line with your knees. And then after you count to 3, walk it back in. Lift the knees up. Nice work. You're already halfway there. Ten seconds left. This is my idea of a kindness after asking you to do push-ups, just so you know. And time. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to spin around onto our back. And this is going to be a wide leg maneuver. So if you need to turn yourself sideways, and I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see, and then I'm going to flip myself around. So laying on your back, legs up at the ceiling, we're going to take a wide position, pulse at that wide point, and then bring the legs back in. So out, bounce, bounce, bring it back in, but find some control. So we do that abduction, taking the legs away from the midline of the body, give a little pulse, and then bring it back in with control. You're going to go as fast or as slow as feels right to you. Make sure you're keeping your back connected to the floor. Abdominal muscles are drawing down towards the spine. Legs do not have to be straight. So especially if you have tight hamstrings, you might choose to keep a little micro bend in the knees so that you're not working too hard against the backs of the legs and not finding that good work in the abductor muscles. Nice work, you guys. 17 seconds left. You got this. And time. Nicely done. Okay, bend your knees, bring your feet down to the ground. And now it's going to be a single leg bridge. So 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. So we're just going to lift the right leg up in a bent knee position, and we're working our hip bridge, lifting up, lowering with control. We got 30 seconds on this side. So with that single leg, you might not get as much height, but see if you can find and focus on working out of your left leg, your standing leg, feeling that work coming from the hamstrings and the glutes. 10 seconds left on this side. All right, set that foot down, switch to the other side. Left leg up, right leg down, lifting and lowering with control. We're trying to find work coming out of now the right glute and the right thigh or back of the right thigh. So think hamstrings and glutes doing the work for you here. And we're just keeping that left leg up in the air. Beautiful, you got 10 seconds left. Nice, Karen, beautiful, awesome. Yes, Mara, awesome, that looks great. Nice work, you guys. And time. Okay, take your right leg across the left into a figure four, moving right into some figure four crunches. So right leg is across the left, right hand on the belly, left hand behind the head. We're taking left shoulder to right knee. So you're gonna curl up, contract the abdominal muscles, release that shoulder back down. We got 1 minute on this side. You're gonna go as fast or as slow as works good for you. We have 3 rounds of abs right in a row, and the last one is for speed. So just pace yourself here. We are using a little bit more of the oblique muscles for this particular movement, but just keep in mind that that 3rd minute might feel like a real burner. So just pace yourself so that you're ready for your speed round. You're already halfway there on this side. Think about pulling your abdominal muscles down as you curl that shoulder up. So we get the abdominal muscles contracting and finding the work in our center rather than pulling your head and shoulder across. 10 seconds left. And time, nicely done. Lower your head down, switch feet. So now left leg is going to come across the right, left hand on the belly, right hand behind the head. We're drawing the abdominal muscles down as we lift the shoulder, not the elbow, but lift the shoulder towards your knee, release with control. Keep in mind, again, this is minute 2. We still have 1 more minute of abs, and that last minute's a speed round. So just make sure you pace yourself, work at a pace that is good for you. "25 seconds left." And if you work with the breath, exhale on your efforts. You'll exhale as you contract the abdominals and lift up, and then inhale as you release back down. And time. Awesome job. Step your left leg off the right. This next round is a round for speed. So it's just going to be a good old fashioned sit up, but you're going to go as fast as you can. Hands behind the head, hands loaded at the chest, whatever works good for you. And if a full sit up is not good for your tailbone, then maybe you'll just take it into some crunches, contracting the abdominal muscles in that lower position, whatever works best for you. If speed is not your jam this morning, don't go fast, go slow and steady and mindful. But if you're ready, fire away. Go as fast as you can, sitting all the way up, sitting all the way back, creating a little heat. Use your breath. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you lower back down. $30 left. Keep that speed up if you can find it. And keep in mind, sit-ups are not the most efficient abdominal exercise, but we can get a little speed because we can catch that momentum. So it can be a fun way to find a little speed doing a little core work. All right, the next time you sit up, stay up. And now we're gonna see, catch your breath for a second. Now see, can you stand up without putting your hands down on the ground? Which means you might have to spin your legs around, but can you come all the way up without touching the ground? Yeah, nicely done. All right, we're gonna take it into some deadlifts. So a little working recovery. Grab your hand weights, heavy if you've got them, hanging those weights right down from your chest, a little micro bend in the knees, hinge from your waist, lower down, squeeze those glutes, use your hamstrings to come up. Hips come forward just slightly so we find that little squeeze. This one is a work and recovery, so we're not going for speed here. Slow and steady, catch your breath. You want to keep that nice long line of the spine so your head moves with you. Gaze down at the floor as you find that parallel position, and then squeeze those glutes, let your hips come forward as you rise up. Ten seconds left. You got this. And time. Nicely done. Okay. One hand weight or no hand weights at all. That'll be totally up to you. But this is around for speed. So our arms are going to do a kayak motion. You might just choose to stick with that if your balance was way off this morning, or you're going to add a knee. So you're going to alternate picking up your knee as you row across the thigh, take it to the other side. It is a speed round. We got 1 minute on the clock. You're going as fast as you can. You might choose not to use a weight. That's totally fine. You might choose to leave the knees off, also totally fine. Or you might choose to not do the speed round at all and take it slow and mindful. So totally up to you. Knowing we add these speed rounds in for some of us, but not all of us might want it. So if you don't like the speed, you go slow and steady. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. Nice, Ting. Nice speed. Yes. Woo, Karen's cruising. She's going to beat us on the kayak races. 5 seconds left. You got this. And time. Woo, nice job. Set that weight down. Next minute is going to be side kick, nice and slow. Step your foot out to one side. We're going to do 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. If you found that your balance was not there this morning, you might want to have a handhold. The toe and the knee are going to point upward towards the ceiling, and we're just picking that leg up. So it's about a 45-degree angle. Kick it with control, lower it with control. This is a working recovery. You do not need to go fast, but you are working a little standing leg balance, and keep a nice upright position with your spine. So rather than worrying about height, and you can kick super high if you want to, but rather than that, find that control. 3 more seconds on this leg, and switch. Step it over to the other side. Leg is angled out about 45 degrees. Toe and the knee are pointing up towards the ceiling. Nice controlled torso. Don't worry about height, worry about control. Nicely done. 10 seconds left. And time. Awesome. Grab your weights again. Light if you like a lighter weight for your overhead press. This is our last speed round. So it's going to be a nice wide squat and then an overhead press. So step your feet to about shoulder distance apart and maybe a slight external rotation with the legs. Reach down, touch the ground, bring it into an overhead press. We got 1 minute on the clock. Nice and fast. Touch the ground, up and overhead. If touching all the way down to the ground doesn't work for you, stay in a more upright position, lowering your arms down, pushing them up and overhead. If using the weights right now for speed is not good for your shoulders, leave the weights off. If you're not going fast at all, slow and mindful, just pay attention to that shoulder movement. But if all is feeling good, fast as you can, get your heart rate up, get those big muscles moving. 25 seconds left. You got this. Ten seconds. And time. Woo! Nice job. Okay, set your weights off to the side. A little working recovery here. We're going to tippy toe walk and heel walk, but here's the trick. Take it to the end of your mat. We're going to tippy toe walk to the front end of the mat. We're going to heel walk to the back edge of the mat. Once you come all the way back, you're heel walking forward. Once you come forward again, you're going to tippy toe. So you're going to do 2 in a row. Tippy toe forward, tippy toe back, heel walk forward, heel walk back. Once you've got that pattern down, you're moving at your pace, but you're using your brain a little bit to pay attention to which pattern you're working on right now. Heel walking, super good for helping keep our knees nice and strong. So we want to find that strength through those front shin muscles. And that heel walk helps get us there. It's a little funny and a little awkward, but super good for helping maintain strength to all the muscles that are connected to the knees. You got 30 seconds left. Nice work, you guys. Five seconds left. And time. Awesome job. Give your legs, give your ankles a little shake. All right. Next up, we're going to grab light weights. We're working back into the shoulders. So it's going to be a front raise straight out from the shoulders, 45, and then a lateral raise out to the side. For the first 30 seconds, we're keeping our palms facing down. So we're just rolling through that front, out to a 45 degree, out to the side. Keep your belly nice and firm. Let most of the work come out of the shoulders. So if you have to throw your hips to get that to happen, you might be working with too heavy of a weight. If it feels like it's nothing to you, hardly any work at all, consider getting heavier weights. 5 more seconds. And then we're going to flip the orientation of our palms. All right, here we go. Palms facing up, lifting up, palms facing up at a 45 degree, palms facing up out to the side. It might change your range of motion a little bit, so you only go to a place that feels comfortable. No pinching or shooting pain in the arms. Slow and steady. This is just a work, just a slow bit of work, not our speed round. You got it. And time. Awesome job. Stick with those weights. We're back to walking, but now we're going to take it into our monster walk. So load up at the shoulders, sink into your little squat. You're going to stay in that squat. Step sideways and touch. Step at an angle sideways and touch. We're moving all the way to the front end of the mat. and then walking it backwards. Keep your butt nice and low. Focus on that pushing outward of that leg as you step at that angle. So we want to find those abductor muscles getting nice and engaged as we step the leg out and step to meet with control. Nice. Keep your butt low, don't lose that squat. And time, awesome job. Rise up, shake your legs out. Heavier weights or stick with the weights that you're working with. But now we're gonna take it into a wide stance. We're gonna go sumo squat, rotate to one side, push out at the side, bring it back to center, rise up. Back into your squat, rotate to the other side, push out, bring it in, rotate, rise up. We got 1 minute on the clock. You're going as fast or as slow as works good for you. Squat, rotate, push, center, rise up, back to the other side, rotate, push, center, and rise up. Nice work. Notice as you push out to the side, the opposite inner thigh. Keep it nice and engaged so that the leg doesn't collapse and move with you. Yes. Ten seconds left. And time. Awesome job. Come up, shake out your legs, but we are coming back to that sumo squat position, but set your weights down and off to the side. This last bit of movement is going to be weights free. So come back to your sumo squat, hands behind the head. You're going to push your head into your hands, hands into your head, and then we're going to release one hand, reach down, touch the inside of the foot, bring it back in. Head pushes into the hand, touch to the other side. We're alternating sides, slow and steady here. Stay in that low position. As you reach down to touch the inside of the foot or just to the inside of the knee, be mindful, keep pushing that head back into your hand so you keep and maintain that really nice position with the spine, which might mean you not go as far if you don't have that range of motion. So make sure that you're keeping the back active, nice and strong, stay in a safe range of motion that works good for you. Woo, if your legs are not burning, my hat's off to you. Ten seconds left. And time. Woo, nicely done. Shake your legs out. Beautiful work. Step your feet to just a shoulder distance apart. Take a nice big breath. Reach up. Exhale, reach toward your feet. Hang here nice and heavy. Maybe pedal out your legs. Bend one knee and then the other. Awesome. One more pedal of each leg and then bend both knees. Pull your abdominal muscles in. Roll up nice and slow. Arms up. Grab your right wrist. Lift. Lean over to the left. Beautiful. Lift up, switch hands. Grab the other wrist, lift, and then lean over. Nicely done. Lift up, let your arms go. Step your feet to a nice wide position. We're going to come back to that fold. So hinge from your waist, fold down towards the ground. Walk your hands over towards your right foot. Soften your nose toward your knee. Walk through center over to the other side. Soften your nose toward your knee. Nice, bring it back to center. And then we're gonna take a couple little lunges here. So keep your hands on the ground, bend one knee and then the other, just finding a nice little sway side to side. Awesome, one more little sway side to side. And then as you come back to center, bend your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll on up to standing, toe heel your feet in. And then we're gonna step the left leg across the right. So get that little crisscross of your legs and then start to walk down to a fold. Walk your hands down, down the thighs, down the shins, towards your toes. Does not matter if you can touch your toes. Beautiful, come up nice and slow and controlled. Keep that leg across. Top hand is gonna reach up, or the leg that's in front. Take that hand, reach up, take a little side bend. Nice, and then lift up, switch the cross in your legs. We're going the other way down. So crisscross your legs and then walk down to a depth that works good for you. Awesome, come up nice and slow. That leg that's in front, take that top hand, reach it up, take that nice big side bend. Beautiful, and then release, uncross your legs, give everything a little wiggle, a little shake. You guys are amazing. Grab your foam roller if you're sticking around. Nice work today. That was a lot of squatting, a lot of big muscle movement. Whew. Bye, Ting. Have a great day. Happy Friday.